Turn it up, turn it up. Yo, let's go. Welcome to the OG HQ, where you get the real talk from the realest too. Ain't no cap, it's always true. We that new, this ain't the few, so stay tuned. We about to go live, Tish J India. You know it's that vibe.
So look, OG, R&B, I think is like, it faded away, kinda,
Yeah,
but I think it's bad.
I do too. Like the 90s R&B.
Like real, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my hip hop and my rap music, but lately, like going out, the biggest vibe has been R&B nights.
Yeah, I'm loving the R&B nights.
So look, can we really get into the talking about the R&B nights?
We got Mr. R&B night himself.
Let's do it. Who we got? Who we got, OG? Who we got for the people? Who are the OGs sprinkling a little flavor out into the atmosphere for today?
We got Mr. TTLO himself, Mr. Rico Love in the building. Welcome, Rico.
How y'all doing?
We good.
Good.
How are you?
Welcome to OG headquarters.
It's good to be here.
Listen, Rico. Listen, our playlist, we've been going crazy on our playlist. And so we all loaded up with R&B, everything right now. So we had to have you come on and talk to the people and show some love. But before we get started, who is on Rico, the one and only super producer, Rico Love playlist right now?
Right now, I'm heavy on Jodeci. I've been locked in on Jodeci. It's kind of like my playlist is all over the place because I've been on Sabrina Carpenter, I've been on Jodeci,
Okay.
I've been on Carole King, I've been on Marvin Gaye, heavy on that first Beyonce album, the Dangerously in Love album. I've really been locked in. I feel like that was just a moment for me, and I've been really locked in on Jodeci though. Jodeci has really been having I always go like a month or two while I lock in on something. For one point it was ABBA, and then I was on the Beatles, but now I'm really locked in on Jodeci. I've been like going crazy on Jodeci.
So you on the 90s R&B. You back to the 90s R&B.
Yeah, I think Devontae, what the sound he introduced, obviously, he grandfathered in an entire movement. He had Genuine, he had Missy, he had Timbaland, he had all those people like in his basement making music for years and years. So his sound, a lot of people don't give him enough credit for how he kind of ushered in our wave of 90s, late 90s into the early 2000s with R&B, because his influence and his mentorship to a lot of the like most legendary, iconic artists and acts at that time. You don't have no Aaliyah without that movement. You don't have Genuine without that movement.
Yeah,
Missing
right.
in 702 and the energy she created, and Player and Static. It's just the entire wave that he introduced. So I kind of been locked in on the grandfather in my eyes of like modern late 90s, early 2000s R&B.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's the best time. We need that vibe all the way back now.
That's when you would learn word for word every
So
song.
men can learn how to get back in love again.
Yeah, I think it's been coming back. I really think that I'm really excited about a lot of these young artists that I've been seeing out here. I'm watching and I'm thinking it's some cool stuff going on.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. It is for sure. Hold on. So let's just get to it, Rico. We're gonna go back a little bit because you were naming some names on your playlist. And for us, that's what starts the conversation. Like, you went from a young man at Florida A&M, and then found your way in the studio with the likes of Usher Raymond, Beyonce,
Fergie,
Chris Brown. So, like, can you please tell us, because that is like, for us, we love to highlight the fact that you can go from one place in life to the next and transition and evolve. And can you talk to the people and let the people know a little bit about Mr. Rico Love?
Yeah, it was Atlanta at that time, as y'all know very well. It was like a mecca for up and coming creatives, entrepreneurs, and just people who really kind of wanted more out of life. You know, so so many people. We have to really take our hats off to the Atlanta natives because you guys welcomed
Yeah.
us there and kind of like allowed us to be in your space without any conflict, without any bad energy. It's kind of like welcomed us with open arms. So around that time, I was going to FAMU, but I was catching the bus to Atlanta every weekend, just trying to make it. You know, Vincent Cersei, Ja, Ken Underwood. You know what I mean? Those guys was like took me under their wing and took care of me. Of course, also I can't forget, you know, Dan Brown, Break 'em Off. Like those guys would take me around and take me around the town and kind of like introduce me to different spaces and you know, showing me the culture. And as a young, you know, I'm 17, so you know, I'm out there just in the clubs figuring it out. You know, meeting people, trying to understand how the music scene worked, how Atlanta worked, being an adult. You know, learning how to be a man in those spaces. Some of those things helped me for the good. Some of those things helped me for the bad. But I will say that it was so much that I learned in my time there where I was able to, you know, grow. But I was catching the bus there every weekend. I started meeting people. I met the Corner Boys. I ended up sleeping on their couch every weekend. I would get there and then end up through my man Ed Long meeting Usher, and that's when I, you know, signed to Usher's label as an artist and then ended up writing a song, which was Throwback, which is the first song I ever wrote. So Atlanta at that time was like the gateway for me. It's how I got it's how I learned myself as an adult male too, like understanding who I was, not just creatively but just as a man, what I liked and what I didn't like and things that appealed to me and the lessons that I learned. You know, Atlanta was like, and it was a different Atlanta than it is now, you know what I mean? But it was the
way different
hood for me.
Yeah, it was, and it's so hard to explain that now. It
Yeah.
is.
Trying to explain to people the difference between the old Atlanta and the new Atlanta.
Because a lot of people think it's just going out,
Right.
being at the parties.
Yeah,
But it was like real
it's
like
deeper.
relationships that I still have now from being out. It
people-
wasn't just
Extreme business mergers.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, it was some big deals.
Yeah.
People don't even understand. It was like a networking project.
Yeah.
Everywhere you went.
You was networking.
You would leave Magic City and then go to Southside with JD and it stay there till 7, 8 in the morning. It'd be Jagged and Usher and TLC. Like it was everybody was there and we was like looking around and seeing people in their element, but it was like home. So we learned a lot about the business. We made some incredible relationships, and we weren't just outside to be outside. People were having a good time,
Right.
And it was a lot of money circulating. So you was able to see.
What'd you say, Rico? Hold on, I ain't trying to interrupt you. What did you say? It was a what?
Lot of money, like
A lot of money.
like I never. You
Whole lot of money?
never experienced with like this is different. Like this is not. You never experienced nothing like this before. Like you know,
And that was all the
you
way
would be in
around
the
the
club
board.
and you would see guys 4 or 5 different sections spending 150,000 like each. Like it was incredible. Like I never seen nothing like that before in my life.
And
Still
the
haven't
same
seen
for us ladies.
matched it.
The same for us ladies, Rico. Back in the day, we'll pull up and we'll come to the club, and y'all could be in y'all section, and we in ours. And guys wasn't used to that.
They wasn't used to, like me and my sister used to go to Onyx back then.
You name it. Onyx, Dream,
all those
everywhere.
clubs, and we'll get our own section, just me and her. And guys used to be looking like, okay, who are they? Like, we bosses.
It was just where we come from, like you said, that mecca of Atlanta back then. It was just different. We moved different. It was like we worked hard. Everybody worked hard. We were networking. We were vibing. Like you said, when we went out, it was like listening party every time you go out. Everybody's dropping, supporting each other.
Right.
We hearing the new music before everybody else hear it.
Remember when Jeezy dropped I Love It? It was the second record when he dropped I Love It.
Oh my God.
And they played it. I remember going to Magic
gosh.
City and they played it
Club
all
Miami.
night. They played it all night. Like literally that was the only song they played
All night.
all night. And I think he spent like 200,000, some crazy number that people wouldn't even believe.
All night.
Ooh.
But they literally played the song from I got there around like 1 a.m. They played it from 1 a.m. to like 3 a.m. Like that was the only thing they played, just nonstop. So by the time you left, everybody knew you got hundreds on the table, 20s on the floor.
Listen, rest in peace, Nando. Oh my gosh.
Miss
That was the
Nando.
craziest
Rest
night
in peace, Nando.
I've experienced out.
Nando.
So it was just different. It was just a different time. And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Also, I felt a lot safer. Like I feel I'm comfortable in wherever I go, and I always
Oh
pride
my
myself.
God.
Right.
Yes.
And OG know how I move. I move by myself everywhere I go, so I'm always kind of
Yeah, he
like
does.
on point, watching where I'm going and paying attention. But I felt a lot more comfortable in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was more player. Like it didn't feel like, when I go to Atlanta now, I'm kind of like, what's going on? Like I don't really be feeling like.
I know.
who is
Yeah,
this
look over
guy?
your shoulder.
It's you,
Like, we don't even know
in
these
and out. You want to go in and out.
too many new faces every
Yeah.
week. It's like, so that it was a different space where I think guys, and it was crime, it was problems, guys got robbed, guys
Yeah,
got killed,
right.
it was things like that. It wasn't like void of that, but I think that you felt a little bit more camaraderie in the community. You felt like guys was looking out for each other without even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just real player shit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know Holmes, but I see him all the time, so I fuck with him. Let me make sure. You good, bro? You all right?
good.
Like, good, like, you know what I mean? So it was a different. Now I just think it's a little bit more dog eat dog, killer be killed
It
type
is.
energy in Atlanta. It kind of
Yeah.
throws
It
me
is.
off.
We were more family oriented. Like you basically took that person and you were like family, like you said.
You see him enough, and you feel like, oh man, that's my man. You're like, bro, we never had a conversation, but
Right.
that's my man because we always, I see him.
Right.
And then before you be out of town somewhere in Super Bowl at BET, you see him running to, oh, what's up, bro? We over here. Like, it was just like love. It was a different dynamic. I think
Yeah,
that's the part of it.
everybody.
That's
like,
the part I miss
they
the
like,
most.
That's your brother. That's like that's my bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
'Cause that's how it was back then.
Yeah, for sure. So, you earlier you spoke on that you were an artist as well, up under Usher's
Mhm.
label. Which do you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy being an artist, the artistry side, or it's all the artistry side? But do you like being in front of the camera more, or behind the scenes, being creative behind the scenes?
I think that the studio, I love the studio, I love the recording process, but I think that being on stage is something about being able to say the words and people feel the words and from you. And that's an incredible feeling. I'm a bit removed from that life, but I do remember very vividly how that feeling of being on stage and performing, that was always a great thing. But I also can respect the idea of being able to create in different spaces and grow. So as an artist, you got to be here and do this at this time. But as a creative, I can create here, and then I have all of this work coming out simultaneously. So it's like I don't have to be there for it to work. And that's the great
Right.
part about being on this side of the board, is that I don't have to be there. I can create it, and then they all go out in different directions, and hopefully they meet at the top. You know what I mean? So you kind of like,
Right.
I think I appreciate that creative space, but also now even with doing the films and television and all the stuff that I'm doing, like I'm able to exist in different spaces, and I don't have to be just one thing. And I think being a creative gives me that opportunity and that privilege to be able to not just be in this one space, but I can be in all type of different spaces.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how do you come up with creating new songs for your artists or artists that you're working with?
It's real, I think that the key to writing a hit song is, how do I say the thing that's most commonly said in a way that's never been said before? That's the key. Like you could say, I miss you. That's easy. But it's like when you say it in a way like, and I miss you like the desert missed the rain. Like that was a different way of saying it. That wasn't like, so
Wait a minute, Rico, lay that shit down. Lay that shit down. What you
like
say?
you try
Say
to
for
find
people
ways to like say the thing in a way that a person can't, they don't know
No,
how to
I'm
say
talking
it.
about that line you just laid down.
Oh, that's
I
not.
love
I
you
didn't
like
make
this.
that up, but that was just a classic line that always been in my head, like the desert missed the
Okay.
rain. Like it's just one of those, it's Sade, but it's like all those things that we want to say or that people don't know how to say. That's the greatest part about the creative process, is how do I just say, the melody obviously got to be there, but what's the line? What's the energy behind it? When I wrote There Goes My Baby for Usher, it was like, what am I trying to say? And if I say it the obvious way, it's not as effective. But the whole goal of it is, I'm watching this girl get dressed who I'm used to all the time, who's always with me. You can get used to your girl and not really appreciate it, but when you sit down and you look up and say, damn, there go my baby, like she look good today. Like, damn, she always look good, but today I really recognize it. So how do you say that in a way that'll catch the listener, make them feel that, make them experience that, be in that moment with you? Because you're speaking for them. You're saying the things that they don't even know how to say for themselves. And that's I think, the beauty of creativity. And that's what I try to do every time I write a record. Like, what does the song or what does the scene sound like? And what I mean by that is, years ago, I wrote the theme song for Sex and the City, the movie, right? And I remember when Michael Patrick King said to me, he said, don't tell me what's going on in the scene. Tell me what the scene sounds like. So the song, if it's a dress and she's trying on a wedding dress, and you say, oh, she's trying on a wedding dress, that's you're doing too much. What does it feel like in this room? The song could be about a disaster, but what does it sound like this scene? Does the scene look like it sounds this way? So I think that I took that and I brought that mindset and I try to create in that same space and say, all right, how do I make this place that we're in right now, this time that we're in, what does this time sound like? Does this sound like, you know, a hi-hat, a snare, and a pretty melody? Does this sound like a Rhodes keyboard? Does this sound like a guitar riff? You know, how does the scene that we're looking at right now, the world, the space we're in right now, what does it sound like? That's why they call it a soundtrack. It's a soundtrack to our lives. So that's what I try to do when I create.
What you got cooking right now?
I'm excited. There's a lot of things. I just finished a television show called Family Business New Orleans, which is on BET.
Oh,
Yeah, I did the music supervisor for that. So I'm excited about that. That just was released a couple days ago. So we out now on BET, and
okay, I
so
can't lie. I'm hooked on Family Business.
Yeah, I just started watching it.
Yes, it's
Super dope, Rico.
And I also did the Black Hampton season 1 and 2. So I was a music supervisor.
That's my show.
Yeah,
and that's important. So the reason why I'm talking about that is because obviously, you know, I'm working on a lot of different projects as a songwriter. But what's the next thing, you know, as
the next thing?
Business, you know, how do you grow? Like, OG, you know me since I was 17, since I was a kid. Now you're supposed to be in the club, right? But at that space, I was trying to get here. I got there. So then where you trying to go? My goal is to write, develop film, produce major soundtracks for motion pictures, $100 million films, and be in charge of those.
Yes, come on, Rico.
So I'm excited about doing those type of things and elevating myself and my gift and not limiting myself to just trying to get on somebody's album or creating for this single, for this artist or this and that. How do we create and own the budget, control the budget, create our own space?
Exactly.
Like just
taking it to the next level.
So that's what I'm excited about. Also, I do Rico Love Songcraft, where I go around the world and I get in studio with up and coming producers and writers, and we develop them. We create this incubation kind of situation where we develop in the future of music. We're able to borrow from those when we need help on projects. We can give it to the new up and coming people who are involved with the camps. My next camp is going to be February 21st in Las Vegas. February 20th and 21st, Las Vegas. So, which is now, right? It's a couple of days from now. So I'm excited about. I'm excited about that.
Here's a couple of days. It's going fast.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this company I got called India H2O. It's a water company that I'm investor in. So I'm super excited about that. Y'all can get these at the
oh yes, turn us
OG
up.
headquarters need those.
Go to Amazon. I got y'all. I'm gonna send y'all some. But we the number 7 water on Amazon. We just got a national distribution around the world. We around the country. We the official water for the Kaseya Center, the Miami Heat. So anytime you go to the Heat games, you see our logos all over the place and the lights and all that stuff. Get your water for that. So that's incredible. And then Mars Markets is a new company where we're the first company to ever IPO artists as investable items. We created our own broker-dealer. We're FINRA certified, SEC regulated, and we kind of created a stock market, if you will, for artists. So where we can buy shares in the artists and their likeness and their brand, not just the music they create, but their real estate holdings, their merch, the publishing, the mechanical, the touring, all the things that have to do with them. We created in all in one structure, so that we don't limit artists. Artists sometimes get taken for granted, and somebody will say, "Oh, this person not as relevant." What if somebody told you, "Oh, Usher is not as relevant in this," and then he goes and does the Vegas residency and recreate himself in a whole different space? And now, if you'd have said 4 or 5 years ago, you wouldn't have saw this coming. So now you create lanes. What if a person would have bought shares in Usher's brand 5 years ago, and then it turned around? It create dividends for
He
you.
need to drop his own cherries.
Right. He does. He needs some.
Yeah.
But essentially, what you're doing is you're creating a real estate. Real estate portfolio or like an IPO where people can invest and buy into the brand that these artists are. So that's something I'm super excited about, and I'm just consistently working.
That's really dope.
As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a creative.
Yes, evolving.
That's evolving. That's what our show
evolving
is
like a
about.
motherfucker, Rico. Look.
You're doing a lot of evolving. That's our show is about, evolving, transitioning, going to the next level, you know.
And so you wear a many of hats.
Yeah.
So what can you tell, like, you know, someone who's looking to, you know, walk the same footsteps or similar footsteps as your own, and now that is so many different outlets on how they prioritize that or how they set the goals to get started. Because what we are finding that is so many people that have so many dreams, the big dreams, and want to get into the business, but they just don't have like anyone to just guide them, and the mentorship is different.
Yeah.
Like when you came out and you were that young man, again, working under the lights of Usher, you had people like Usher and others that was like, come on, Rico. And then, of course, you were like that individual who was like, I want it, and I'm finna go get it, and I want to learn. So, like, how do they get their hands and their footsteps in order to find their way similar to what you've got going?
I would say, honestly, the opportunities are way a lot more available to them, because they can look and learn anything they want just by typing it in. They can get the lesson. Now, the experience is something that you got to create. You can't read experience. No, that's
right.
But the information and the knowledge is there for you. It's about how much you want it and what are you willing to do to go get it. That's one. Also, I always tell people the way you do anything is the way you do everything. I'm always on point and on time, and I'm always respectful and professional and respectful of the time of everybody I'm dealing with. So what does that mean? That means that when the OG Headquarters podcast reach out to me and say, this is where we want you to be on this podcast and this is how you get on, at 5 o'clock, I'm getting on. If the time is 6 o'clock to do it, at 5 o'clock, I'm hitting OG, I'm already downloaded thing. This is what I'm on. Did I do it right? Did I do this? I sent the check. Here go the email. You got to be professional. Now imagine if I would have just started trying to figure this out at 5:58. I mean, the point I'm trying to make is the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If I'm on point and I'm on time for OG, that's showing her that I respect her platform. I respect both of you guys and your platform, and I'm saying to her, this is not just me saying, oh, it's my girl, I'm gonna do a favor for her. I'm gonna do this is not a favor. This is like she's asking me to be a part of her platform. I'm gonna show up as if this is Oprah. Why? Because it's important for me to do anything. The way I do anything is the way I do everything. So the thing I tell creatives, artists, anybody, not just artists and not just anybody, I always tell them, focus on how you present yourself on the small things. The attention you pay to the small details will manifest themselves when the larger opportunities come. And if you won't have to turn it on, it'll always be a part of who you are. You won't have to say, let me start being professional when I get to the space. I'm always on time. I'm always respectful of the people. You could take anything from me and I can get it back. One thing I can never get back is my time. So when I show people in their time, that's me saying that I'm respecting the most valuable thing you have. Because you can get everything back that you lost, but you can never get back that time.
That time. That's so
facts.
That's so
facts. Listen.
Yes.
Okay, Rico, drop the gems for the people. Now we gotta have a little fun with you, okay?
Okay.
We have a segment called The Vault, where we unlock it and we tell, let the people get to know us a little bit more and get to know our guest.
Right.
And it can range from all different levels. You in? You ready to crack it open?
I'm ready to crack it.
Now we have fun with it because you get an opportunity to ask us some questions too.
Okay.
Okay. First. You want to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. So, Valentine's Day just passed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The ladies want to know, did Mr. Rico Love have a Valentine, or are you looking for love?
No, I don't have a Valentine this year. My daughter believe it's been my Valentine for the past like 5 years, but she's been my date.
Oh,
We always do like a fun date night and hang out. But no, I didn't have a Valentine's this year. But I'm definitely looking for it. I want to just, so like I say, take my time and find somebody that's, you know, fits in line with the way I see myself. More than anything, is about how I see myself and where I see myself. And as long as I can compliment, add value to someone, and they can add value to me, then we good. I believe in that 1,000,000%.
Oh, I love it.
right, ladies. You
You
heard
heard
him.
what Rico said.
You heard him. Get right.
Get yourself together.
I gotta
Well, my
tell you
question
a
is-
funny story before you ask your question. I gotta tell y'all
What?
when I first met OG, right? I was in the club. I see OG, and I was in love. I was like, "Oh my God, who is this?" So I'm talking to her, and OG gave me her numbers, and I said, "I'm gonna take you to the Falcons game." This was Mike Vick was playing. I said, "I'm gonna take you to the Falcons game," and I called my man Josh. I said, "Josh, please, I need 50-yard line tickets to the Falcons." So he got me the tickets, and OG, she was busy on that day, and I went by
Yep.
myself.
Wait.
Wait, go back a little bit,
You gotta go back.
you blanked
said
out.
the tickets were at the 50-yard line.
50-yard line, and then I tried to get in contact, and OG, she didn't hit me back. She didn't hit me back.
Damn, OG.
No. But later on, when I ran into her, she bought me dinner and took me out and was like, no.
Yeah.
But I
My
remember
boy
that
came
like
looking for me too.
Yeah, Rico, who you had to take to the game?
I went by myself to the game.
That's right. 'Cause you was with OG. And he told me the story, and I'm like, what? And then he came back looking for me, remember?
Yeah.
He got connected with somebody else.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And when he told me, well, I actually came in there for you.
Yeah.
But you know that story, Rico. That's behind the scenes.
Slide is looking slid to the level of
Right. But,
Okay.
yeah, this is my guy. I always have been. This is my
for years.
friend. We've been
Locked
like
in.
this forever.
So was
all my music you always play.
okay. So that opens up the next vocal.
Always.
Always,
I have
always. Yeah, on repeat.
period. I have a song. You have a song with what you're talking about me. You gave me a shout out.
Yeah, for
Is
sure.
that Strip Club?
Strip club.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I could
Yeah.
turn my hotel into a strip club.
Hey.
Rico said he'll invite everybody.
What a legends.
Thank you, Rico.
Okay, Rico, you got a question?
Do I have a question?
Yeah,
What do
you
you
want
feel
to ask one of
what
us
do you,
about
what do
it?
we feel like? All right, what do we feel like is the proper thing to teach our daughters when it comes to love and relationships? And I want to get into it because this is the reason why I teach my daughter every day. I say, what does daddy want you to be? She said, a good person. And I said, what does daddy want you not to be? And she says, a bad person. And I said, so what does a woman do? And she said, daddy, a woman gets her own money. And I say, so when a woman get her own money, it's okay to ask for help, but who should she ask for help first? And she said, I'm gonna ask my daddy for help first. And I said, that's right.
Right.
Let me take care of you first. So what I'm trying to teach my baby girl is how to be self-sufficient and how to have every relationship
Yes.
she has to be genuine relationship without necessity. Like, not because I'm around this person because this person is doing this for me, but it has to be a level of I appreciate what this person does for me, but I'm here because of them. And if you take that away, I'm still here because the reason
Exactly.
the reason why I'm asking this question is because I mentioned that to somebody the other day, and they said that I'm teaching my daughter to have low standards. And I was really upset by that
No.
because I think that this is the world we in now, where people think that somebody taking care of themselves or liking somebody for them is having a low standard. And I want to know
That's not
from
having a
two
standard.
women who are understand how to be self-sufficient, but also who, respect and honor a man that can take care of them and do for them. How do y'all view that? Because I think that the whole idea of what a partnership looks like is solely misconstrued these days. I think
It
people-
is. It's different because
Let me say, for me, myself, And I've talked about this before. One of the things that, like, I heard a conversation when my husband and I were dating early on, and he was talking to his uncle. And we told this to my daughter before, and I wanted to tell it to her because when I heard him say it, and even while we were young, like early 20s, and he told his uncle, he said, I think I found the one. He was like, yeah, I see you. He said, no. I think I found the one. She's turned a house into a home. She can cook. You know what I'm saying? She makes sure everything's good. He said, but she got her own. Mm-hmm. He said, I didn't make her. When she pulled up on me, she was already like, she pulling up better than half my homeboys. When I go to her house, she's already put together. She was already made. So I don't have to make her. Whatever I do for her, I'm adding to her situation. And when I heard him say that, it just like, it kind of made me look like, okay, because I felt like he recognized me.
Yes.
He recognized that strength, and he recognized that I was my own woman and I had my own. And I loved that because that's a compliment that a guy can recognize that. So I would say, make sure, like you said, have your own. Walk with that essence that whomever you meet, you don't have to ask him for anything. He wants to
shower you.
He wants to shower you, and he wants to do for you because that's what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. But if I gotta ask,
gifts
it's the problem.
I think gifts represent the level of love that I can't say in words or I can't express in my physical. Right. So a lot of times, I told somebody, I said, I want to meet somebody that make me want to go get it. Right. You already have that ambition.
Yes.
Somebody where you like, let's say a guy is a 9-to-5 guy and he working hard every day and he busting his behind every day. His goal when he meet a woman that he absolutely loves is like, I gotta buy her a house. Right. He like, I gotta do everything
hard
to get her a house because I don't know how else to keep showing her how much I care about her. So I got to get on it because I want to be able to do that for I care about her so much. I think that is the beauty of gifts and gifting and taking care of a woman.
Too.
But I think that now it's like you meet somebody and they're like, all right, send me this or give me this.
My cash app is...
Yeah, but I don't know you. Like, so imagine if every guy you met, he said, all right, cool. You like me? You get my number? All right, we fucking tonight. Like, let's come and pull up.
Right.
You be like,
right.
What are you talking about? So it's just, even if you say yes and they give you money, you exchange your energy every night with different people. So imagine a man is exchanging his finance, giving his finance to every girl he going to date. When you dating,
he'll be broke.
Right. When you're dating, the dating process is I might go on a date on Tuesday with this girl, see how I like her, she cool. I might go on another date next week with this girl. I might go. So imagine if each one of those girls before the date, I got to pay for their nails and hair and do this and do that. It's like, that's not how we should both.
We shouldn't be built like that.
And I think it's lost. And I think that people kind of have. I saw a post where a young lady said, if I ever talk to a guy and he asks me what I'm doing, if I say I'm getting my hair and nails done and he don't offer to pay for it, he might as well just don't call me no more. And I'm like, damn, like, somebody you don't know? No, like, that's crazy. This is crazy to me. Like, it's nuts. I just think that
we're in a different time.
Spend time with him, right? And then he says, then when he get to know you and get to really liking you, then he'll say, how much your nails? How much your hair? How much? Let me take care of that for you because I'm so locked in. But it can't be on the pull up. It can't be on the walk up. That's crazy.
I have daughters, and just going back to what you was talking about, like teaching your young ladies, your daughter believe. I used to always tell my girls, have everything on your own bank account, car, house, everything on your own. So whatever a man does do for you, it's just adding on to what you already have going on.
Yeah.
I've been big on that. Like, I've been holding my own for a long time. And I've never just like, this is what you got to do for me. No, I feel like I'm from the era of where men are men anyway. I don't have to tell a real man what to do.
Especially when you're locked in.
No,
especially when you're locked in.
Like, even I brought up this situation.
You got bills, I got bills.
Period. Like,
if you care about me, then it's just gonna be simple as if we've got to that place in life,
Yeah, like
you're gonna say, like you said,
you gotta
here,
grow to
baby,
that.
here.
Yeah. When
I
it
got
gets to
that. Go
point
pay
where
that
you're
up.
like, man, we locked in. Let me, and also it's about hurdles.
Yeah.
I always tell people hurdles, right? If I want to see you all the time, but I know I can't see you because you're doing this, then let me get rid of this hurdle. Like if you can't see me because you don't got nobody to watch the kids, then let me get somebody to watch the kids.
Let me,
You can't see me because you can't. Then that if this thing is in the way of me spending time with you because I enjoy spending time with you, then let me remove this thing so that it can
grown
become
shit.
for me.
Grown
It's
shit.
not about me
Yeah.
doing it to show you that I'm getting to some. No, it's like this is in the way of me spending time with you. So let me get it out the way, and then we can spend time with each other. Now, in that time, if we grow and we locked in, and I really fool with you, then we could potentially eliminate those things indefinitely, right?
All
But
together.
Yep.
yeah, but it got to get to that point. I'm from that era, you know what I mean, of like,
We from the
also,
same era.
but also
We all from the same era.
Atlanta had us kind of fucked up too. Because I remember being in the club and them niggas would meet you, and all them niggas would be like, pay for a college on the first day meeting. So that was that kind of I'm a little bit hypocritical because that was the era I came up into.
People do things just out of love. Like you told me, it's been a long time ago, a while back. You told me you was having a birthday party, and you was like, "I'm having a birthday party," and this is where our friendship really became a great friendship because I actually showed up.
Yeah,
I just asked you for information, and you gave it to me,
yeah,
and I got my own flight, my own room, and I came with a gift.
yeah.
I came for your birthday party, and when you actually seen me, you were literally like shocked
Yeah, I was
that-
shocked. That was crazy.
that I really came. I just said, make sure my name is on the guest list,
Right.
and that was that.
That
And
was a
our
big,
friendship
big
blossomed
time
from
for
that.
me too. It was like, I think it was Will Smith, Puff, Usher, and Mary J. Blige hosted.
That was a big party. It was a major party.
Crazy. It was a crazy party, and I look out and I see you over there with a bag, and you had a like cologne. I still got that belt too. You gave me a belt, loan, and all that, and I was just like, dang, she brought me a gift. Like that was some cool shit, and it was literally because. Obviously, we got history in the clubs, and me coming showing love and just always
Yeah.
having the respect for you and how you helped create a lot of the culture in Atlanta. So being that I was like, that's my girl, that's my people, that's my heart. We was able to always stay locked in like that. But that really meant a lot to me, especially in a time in my life where everybody was taking, or wanting to take. To have somebody genuinely and not announce it, not tell everybody, yo, look what it was like real, love. And I really appreciate
Right.
that still, because it makes you know that they're real people who really value you as a person, who you are, not just what you have or the resources you're able to lend on off of them. So
For
I
sure.
appreciate that for real.
Always.
And we appreciate you, Rico.
I
We appreciate you, brother, so much. And we thank you for your presence and your time today.
Yes.
Showing some love to OG Headquarters Podcast. Listen, Rico, we appreciate you. We're going to be looking out for
Tiana Taylor for sure.
Oh,
we got
yeah.
Tiana Taylor coming up, right?
Working on Tiana Taylor's album. I'm super excited about that, and a plethora of other things. But that's something I'm really excited and anxious for people to hear and to be a part of. So, we
I can't
already
wait,
do a lot of
'cause-
things, a lot of moves on television and film, and with Mars Markets and the real estate ventures and the water and everything. So we just want to keep going and keep at it, keep pushing. And
Keep
anything y'all
elevating.
need
We
from me,
love
y'all
it.
let me know. Y'all let me know.
For sure.
For
Well,
sure.
first
Anything
of
you
all,
have, you
we
can
waiting on the water. We waiting on the water.
And anything you have, you can just send to OG Headquarters, and this platform will definitely talk about it.
No doubt. I appreciate the love.
We family. We locked in. Turn the lights off. I love to say that one. I do this time.
Listen, before we let you out of here, it's only right that we stamp you because it's just true. You are OG. So listen,
You officially locked in.
I'm locked in. It's stamped.
You locked in with OG
salute,
Headquarters.
Rico.
Appreciate
Much
y'all.
love.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rico.
No doubt. Love.
Welcome to the OG HQ, where you get the real talk from the realest too. Ain't no cap, it's always true. We that new, this ain't the few, so stay tuned. We about to go live with Tish J India.